shouldn't have been surprised that he'd noticed the brunette, too. "Do we need to flip a coin to see who checks her out?" "Nah, you go be the mean guy that says she can't play by the burning building. I'll be the good cop later, if you know what I mean." Finn definitely knew what he meant, and he ignored it. Tripp was a notorious flirt and had plenty of women, but he was also a big talker. Finn rounded the corner of the building. The streetlights didn't quite reach along the entire length of the building on this side, and it took his eyes a second to adjust, just in time to see her duck around the back. Finn sighed. "You sure you don't want to be the bad cop this one time?" he asked his friend, who was assigned to crowd control out front. "Why's that?" Tripp sounded amused. "I think she's trying to get back into the building." "That's perfect," Tripp said. "Perfect?" Finn asked, heading toward the back of the building after her. "Sure. Hey, you can't go in there," is better than trying to come up with some charming line to start a conversation, right? Tripp asked, sounding as if he was enjoying himself. "And maybe you'll get to use your handcuffs." Finn could practically hear Tripp's eyebrows wagging. He turned the corner to the back of the building and looked around. He didn't see her. She'd gone inside. Damn it. He climbed up the 4 steps that led to the back door of the theater. The theater was only 1 story and wasn't very big. He'd never been inside it, the art studio next door, the trendy new bar on the other end of the block, or the 20 luxury apartments that occupied the upper 2 stories of the building that housed the bar. This was the artsy part of downtown, just a few blocks off the true theater district. Finn was more the type to hang out at sports bars and, better yet, the sporting complexes around the great city of Boston. Finn touched the back door and found it cool. It seemed that the flames were still contained to the wall on the other end of the theater, but it was a mistake to assume anything when fire was involved. Finn yanked the door open and paused. "You're going in, right?" Tripp asked in his ear, suddenly more serious. "Yep." "Okay, talk to me. What's going on? Where are you?" Tripp was a good guy and a great partner. He was a smartass and a man-whore, but he was a hell of a cop and knew exactly when to be serious. "Back door, West End. No smoke, no noise," Finn reported, referring to the lack of crackling or other sounds that would alert him to fire nearby. He stepped inside and pulled the flashlight from his belt, shining it back and forth. In the center of the room was a huge wooden table cluttered with tape measures, ribbon, lace, and other stuff. There were sewing machines, and the room was filled nearly to bursting with bolts of fabric, mannequins, racks of clothing, and shelves of hats, purses, shoes, gloves, and other accessories. "Looks like this is where they make and store the costumes," he told Tripp. Finn shined the flashlight around, located the door on the other side of the room, and started in that direction. His foot hit something as he rounded the table, and he stumbled. He gritted his teeth, his irritation growing. "You ever been in a play?" Tripp asked in his ear. "When I was like 6, Finn replied without thinking. "Yeah?" Tripp sounded delighted at the news. "What part?" "I don't remember." Finn totally remembered. He'd been a Dalmatian in his school production of 101 Dalmatians. "I bet Angie has pictures." Finn could hear Tripp's huge grin, and he knew his friend was right. His mother most definitely still had pictures, and she would happily show Tripp every damned one of them over roasted chicken and potatoes one night without Tripp needing to do anything more than mention the play. Damn. You ask my mom about that play, and I might forget to block Duncan next time we play. Tripp was the quarterback for their rec league football team, and Duncan was the huge lineman for the firefighters. Duncan had a tally on the inside of his locker of the number of times he'd sacked Tripp. The number was significantly lower than it would have been if Tripp hadn't had Finn on his offensive line. "Yeah, well, my ass would tell you that you're not as great at that as you'd like to think." "Let's find out how great I am."